Catherine Hood here, or some of you know me as Coach Catherine. It's my pleasure to tune in to you guys live. If you're watching this live, hopefully you are. I am excited for this week. This is my week to go to my bodybuilding show in Oregon. So I hope you guys will cheer me on and in thought and I don't know, energy. I'm feeling low on energy today, but I am running around doing a lot of errands. But I also feel it's really important to tune in to you guys and offer some sort of motivation or some sort of tips or something from my heart. I will be skipping next week because I will be taking a few days to just be. But so this week is it boils down to your feelings, and actually I had posted in the group just a little bit ago. If I can get to it quickly. And it was kind of interesting what was said. What motivates you, I think, is what I had asked. What is the single greatest motivator to change your habits to healthier ones? All sorts of different things were posted. Fitness, women, kids, grandkids, my health, my family, lab results. Is lab results really motivating? Having the ability to and longevity to help others and live an enjoyable life. I really like that one. It actually does fall into place with feelings. That's what I was looking for. Um, ain't gonna work if you don't. Well, that's kind of the. I always think is that the carrot or the whip kind of way of going about it. That's probably the whip. Clarity. Yeah, that's kind of a good one. Health. Health is not always something that pushes people to change, honestly. Health is my wealth, my future, my legacy. I like that one because that does have a lot of feelings involved with it. Sex has a lot of feeling involved with it. Fear. Yeah, fear is not really a motivator though. We all know why it's important to be healthy. We know that. We know all the dangers. We know that it shortens our life. Um, Inconsistency. I'm not really sure how that applies. You'll have to tell me, Angela. Death. That's again kind of that whip kind of thing that just doesn't work with people. It's not a motivator. And I'll explain. So, feelings, feelings, feelings. So, I'll go through my notes. Want to be happier, healthier? Follow through on what you say you want, right? First off, you've got to follow through on what you say you want. So if you say, I'm going to start working out 3 days a week, maybe it's just simply walking around the block, follow through, right? Or don't say it. I know that's kind of like the whip too, but do you often react impulsively? Do something or say things you know maybe you shouldn't say and regret it later? Maybe you're setting goals that are way too hard. Like I said, just about walking around the block. When I work with clients, when I work with them really closely, often we start with small, tiny, micro, tiny, itty bitty goals. Something really small, something that you can do even if you're sick, something that you can show up and be proud of every single day. Start small. So if you're saying that, hey, I want to work out 6 days a week, 2 hours a day, maybe you shouldn't say that. Maybe that's impulsive. Maybe that's too extreme. Start smaller. Get frustrated that you want to break bad habits, but you keep falling back into old ruts. How many of us have done that? I've done that. I've done that many a times. First and foremost, be kinder to yourself. Always, always be kinder to yourself. Celebrate all the small wins in your day every day. What I do is I always reflect in my journal when I write every morning. Before I start, I go back to the day before, all my scribbles, all my I just kind of free write for the most part. I have a process to my writing and it changes, but I always go back and write one good thing from the day before. And it's funny how I start going. Like I think of one thing and I think another thing, and then I, usually write three or four things. But it feels really good to reflect on the good. Because how easy, and I did this yesterday really badly. I caught myself multiple times going, oh, I could have done better on, oh, I stopped myself. I started going into that pattern of what did I do wrong? What could I have done better? And that's just, you could circle it down the drain so quick, so fast. So being in the habit of looking at the positive, finding the good, Does take daily ritual, does take being consistent for sure. But so yeah, celebrate the small wins every day, or like I do, I like to reflect on the day before, and it really helps. I do this first thing in the morning. Well, not first thing. I hydrate, I eat, I do a little something else. I won't tell you, but it's kind of like a little reward for myself, and then I journal and then I read. But learn how to praise yourself. Praise is more powerful than anything you can obtain. Think about it. A pay raise, a new purse, new car, new partner, new shoes, or whatever you want. Nothing that you can buy or be given that will make you feel as good as praising yourself. Hang in there with me. Stick in there with me, even if you don't agree. Self praise is the best thing in the world. By the way, anything that you want, a bigger house, a new hairdo, a lean tone body, a great orgasm, whatever you want, it's because of how it makes you feel. Like I said, it boils down to feelings. We are feeling seekers. We are looking for things to make us feel good. We're looking for gratification. We're often looking for instant gratification. That's why all this crap food, what you're looking for is that instant feel good feelings. Might not feel good later, might not feel good for the next 3, 4 days, but you're looking for that instant feeling. If you want a product, if you want more money, if you want more love or find love, more sex, more success, more praise, it all has to do with how you feel. Everything you buy or invest in, bar none, is all to do with your feelings. Think about it. So if you want something, pause and stop and sort out fully all the good feelings that it will give you. I do this with my clients with a motivating factor, and I offer that exercise to anyone that wants to do it for free. I can give you guys the link. But the motivating factor really boils down to, it's more for the healthy lifestyle, shed a few pounds, create a healthy lifestyle is what it's more geared towards, but it really dissects feelings. That's what it's all about, is really pulling it out. Because oftentimes I'll tell people, like, well, what do you want? Well, I want to lose 20 pounds. It's not good enough. It's not enough to motivate you to establish healthy habits and change your environment. It's not. Because there's a lot of changes that have to happen. Not all at once, but slowly and gradually. You have to know all the feelings, all the good feelings that will come about. If you can imagine the feelings, just imagine, just use your imagination, and that's what the motivating factor does. List them out. Not just a few. You really need a good list of 20 or more. So if I get X, then that will give me the feeling of Y, right? Having a list that far exceeds all your lame excuses, your barriers, will help generate the drive, the energy, the power, the motivation, the knowing what fully you want deeply to achieve. A lot of people, when I talk to them on the phone, they're ambivalent. Like, I want to lose weight, but I want my pizza too. I want to lose weight, but I'm not going to give up my wine. I want to lose weight, but I'm not going to give up my coffee in the morning. I want to lose weight, but I love sugar. You can't have that. It's zeros that you cannot have. You can't be happy and sad at the same time. The mind does not allow that. It cancels each other out. So you've got to really feel into the feelings. The positive feeling must be greater, more powerful than the magnetic draw to the familiar. Right? The familiar is that rut, that status quo, that mundane, that where you just go through your day without even thinking, like you're on autopilot. Who does that? Who did that today? Who's like a machine and just do repetitive motion? I know this works. It works very well. I use it with cardio. I used it this morning with my cardio. I hone into the feelings that I know I will have post workout, how it feels so good to be able to move my body in a way that at one point I was fearful that I wouldn't be able to move my body again, right? Many of you know, maybe you don't know, I've had a couple back surgeries, and There are a couple times in my back surgery, there was a good 4 years of hell. There were points in time, really low points, where I thought, this is, I'm going to be destined to a wheelchair for the rest of my life. And I haven't done a fraction of what I want to do. I repeatedly say in my mind when I'm doing my cardio, like I did this morning, I love this feeling, right? Especially when I'm feeling like, oh man, I got 30 more minutes to go or whatever. So I stop my thought process and change it. I love this feeling. It feels good. I love my body. I choose to keep my body active. I love my active, healthy lifestyle. This is my identity. People are inspired by me. People admire my determination. The feeling of being strong and healthy is amazing. Look at me go. I can move my legs. I can move my body. I can feel my body. It feels great. I love it. I feel the best I've ever felt in my entire life, which is facts. I love my body. I love how much more I'm able to move pain-free because I've made healthy choices. I also praise myself, right? I didn't get any praise growing up, not at all. But I love praise. Took me a while to get used to it. I couldn't say it out loud even. Like, that's unfamiliar. Or when I got praise from somebody else, I'd be like, do they mean it? Is that real? Because I didn't get it as a child, so I didn't understand it. It felt weird and felt awkward. So what do? Praise yourself. Make it familiar. Make it feel good. Get used to it. Right? So I look at the good things I've done in my day prior. Look at what lessons I've learned and how these will make me a better future or make me a better person. I praise myself because it's uplifting. It's motivating. It energizes me. One thing I write out and think every day is, I am enough. I have a bracelet. I have a necklace that has those stamped on it. And how I impact lives. How I am meant to be here and how I matter. That was probably the hardest one for me to write and say out loud. I matter. I matter. So when's the last time you got praise from anyone, let alone your own self, right? That's genuine, where they're not trying to manipulate you, try to sell you something, have you get babysit or watch their dog or manipulate you in some way, right? When's the last time you got real, genuine praise? I actually posted this on my own personal Facebook wall for Facebook friends. You may have seen it. It was probably about a month ago. But I asked my male followers, specifically my male followers, when's the last time you've received a compliment? And feel free to comment below with the last time you've been complimented by someone else, let alone your own self. I was shocked that there were so many that said, oh, it's been 10 years, 1980. I don't know when the last time I've had a compliment. I don't know if it's a gender thing, but maybe we need to praise not only ourselves more, make it familiar, but also we need to genuinely, authentically praise other people, and maybe the men in our life. I don't have a gym membership right now. I haven't since January, but when I do have a gym membership, one of the things I love to do, and it was really hard to do the first few times, was I like to just find someone that's working out, working their ass off, and just walk by them and say, good job today. Give them a nod, keep walking with no obligation for small talk, no obligation for any other chit chat or not expecting anything. I don't want anything in return. But you want to know why? Because that was done to me a few times early in my journey. And it powered me. It powered me for a couple of weeks. I was excited. And then that person, I would see them and I felt like this, even though I don't even know if I ever found out their names, but actually one of them I do know. I ended up becoming really good friends with, but it was just a matter of, I felt more welcome there. I wanted to go back. I felt like I had a connection, but I had no conversation. So learn to use your feelings to power you to achieve what it is you desire. You have control over your thoughts. Don't argue with me. You do. It takes practice, it takes daily practice to work on that, because guess what? When you control your thoughts, that generates the feelings. Your feelings turn into action. So what you'll need to do is learn to use your feelings, or first your thoughts. Change your thoughts if you need to. Use your feelings to power you to achieve what it is, whatever it is, healthy lifestyle, better job, new spouse, whatever it is. And then learn to turn off that negative self-talk, kind of like what I talked about earlier, that chatter, that doom and gloom. Make sure your environment is clean. You're not exposing yourself to shitty stuff. Focus on the feelings you want more of, whatever's making you feel good, get more of that. And know that what you focus on improves. That's my final word. That is my paradigm, actually. That's my favorite mantra. That's my favorite saying. If you haven't heard me say it, that's something I try to inject in all my videos, but sometimes I forget. But anyways, thank you so much for tuning in. Hi, Alan. Thank you for saying hi. But yes, I am going to skip next week because I need a little vacay. But I'll be back after that. So see you soon. Thank you, guys. Bye.